These are the Chronicles of 2Square.
My name is Justin Valet. I have a landscaping company. I've been doing that, it feels like, most of my 20s. I go to Tennessee School of Beauty. I'm an artist. My tools, my weapons would be brush, pen, a microphone, shears, a spray can. I'm a clothing designer. I like to think of myself as a traveler, an explorer, a modern day warrior, a lion at heart, restless spirit, a nomad, but you can just call me Renaissance Man.
Hi, I'm Jeremiah Taylor. I've been at Salon Visage for 8 years. I've been an art director for Salon Visage for 4 of them. My arts, my Jedi skills include anything and everything. I'm not limited. I'm totally open. I tangle with it all.
When you're in hair school, anything that comes through the door, like people come, they go to hair school because it's a bit cheaper and, maybe more affordable. Maybe they like the students, whatever. It's a different type of energy. I could do eyebrows, wax somebody's moustache. I don't know. I don't really do too much of that stuff. Color hair, of course, highlights, lowlights, perms, relaxers, haircuts, whatever. Going to school is like going to school. It's like every day you get up and you go to school. There's a few guys and there's a couple hundred women, and it's just different type of energy. You know how it is men. When we work together, we have problems, but we're like, Doug sucks. That's it, But with women, man, they're cutthroat.
Oh, are we doing documentation? My name is Mona Lisa. I'm the one. Yeah, I'm just playing. Edit that. That's okay. Okay, cool, babe. All right, enjoy your service.
But the school is great. Great education. Good teachers. Adam runs the school. He's awesome. And they treat me really good. They show me a lot of respect, and I dig it. It's a good switch up from mowing lawns. You mow lawns all day long. You're not around anybody, and I did that forever. And you just get lost in your head, and you just get angry. Like I'd rather be painting. I'd rather be doing this, but I have to do this. It's a money machine. You get tied up, and I don't know. I enjoy going to school because I'm around people, and it's just nice. David Spears, I met him a few years ago. His ex-wife used to be my roommate. We were friends, and I got to know David, and he's just got great energy. There's few people I know that have energy like David Spears has. He's a good shit, and I started going to school, and he started shortly thereafter. We did have another friend that was going to school, Anthony. Jeremiah, he inspired a lot of us to go to school. He's badass at what he does.
Well, my mother, I wanted to be an architect in general, and I guess it always starts with mom. But an architect, and I couldn't quite grasp the math part of it. And I had the art and the design part of it, but there were certain things that didn't click in my head at that age. And so I went to Atlanta and did construction right out of high school. I was just trying to find my way. And probably about 3 years later, I came back home to live with mom and dad and made a couple of bad decisions, and fell on my butt. And my mom mentioned, what about hair school, and a couple other previous jobs that I thought about getting into was with people and fashion and everything, and my mom suggested hair. It kind of had the design part, the art part, and talking to people, and the fashion goes along with it. And I was like, yeah, there might be something to that. So I went and kind of interviewed down with Adam and George at Tennessee School of Beauty, and pretty much from the minute I walked in, I knew that this is a path I was gonna dive into. Yeah, it felt good.
Well, right now I'm working on this cape. It's a cape right now, but it won't be, maybe. I've got plans for it, you see. December 10th, 2Square Art Show. It's going down. Promo.
Interviewed DavidK, the most famous hairdresser that you've never heard of. He ran the Academy of Dada in New York. He's got a huge celebrity list that he's worked with. Cindy Crawford, Michael Douglas, Brooke Shields. He's done work for MTV, DKNY, Tiffany & Company. Done covers for Modern Salon, Esquire, GQ, Vanity Fair, Glamour, Vogue, 17, just to name a few. Really talented guy.
David Kinigson he has this phrase, he's the most important, or the most famous hairdresser you've never heard of. And, you know, after finding out about him and what he has done, I mean, he's invented so many dry cutting techniques and pioneered dry cutting, and to me, that's when I first got in the industry, I found myself using that technique is very resourceful for the way that I like to cut. And so I was very much infatuated automatically because he was a pioneer, like I said, in that, and very inspiring.
You know, being an artist, I can understand taking yourself into like a creative mindset when you're gonna do something. You know, most people use music as their muse, you know, but he says to use the person as a muse. Each woman, like, don't expect to like be able to do some rad kick-ass haircut on every person that walks through the door, because that's not going to happen. And when you get to a certain point, you're going to have cut every single haircut a million times. Maybe not, but you know, using each person as a muse, it makes the haircut unique to them. You know, it tailors it to them. So though it's not a haircut that you may have never done, it's new to them.
He left a book behind, his book actually, that he has written. It's a great manual. It talks about a lot of the vocabulary that he has enhanced and terminology and a vocabulary that all hairdressers can use, which before, you know, that wasn't the case. So he was also important in doing that. And he also talks about plane blending in here, and his academy in New York when he had Dada. But the book, it's great, The Haircutter's Handbook. Plug, David Kinigson. You owe me. Just kidding. But, you know, the preface of this is actually amazing. I'll read it. As a student and teacher of the art of hair, David Kinigson portrays the ideals of a man dedicated to his craft. He has a passion for hair and a great sensitivity towards hairdressers. He is one of the breed of cerebral thinkers that enhance our profession. His book is well worth the study. Vidal Sassoon.
So we called DavidK, asked him if we could interview him. He said yeah, jumped in the car, and headed down to Miami.
Once upon a time, storybook ending. Drive myself insane. Why do I keep pretending? Dreams come true at night. If I wish and pray, they might. If all my dreams came true, tell me what would I do?
Because I do see, you know, a little bit of my style in him, and is totally inspiring. And that's really why I wanted to go down and speak to him.
Okay, excellent. Okay, great. When do you want to meet up? All right, cool deal. We'll head that way here in a few minutes. All right. We're here. We're right by the Publix. Should I go further down, or? Yeah, we just parked. Yeah, we parked right by it. Okay, towards Sapphire. All right, great. See you then.
It was cool. He was in this cool little area downtown that's been redone to look like it's old, you know what I mean? But it's new.
And he welcomed us in his house. We chilled, and
Everybody plays a part when they break a sacred heart, or make every dream come true, one dream at a time. I think if we have a focused conversation on your skills, where you're cutting from, where you're looking for your choices, and I open up and you open up your thinking such that you have a breakthrough in how you see and feel hair. When you go back to your salon, you will be empowered to make better choices, and you'll actually be a better hair cutter.
It's beautiful, you know, taking it a step further, and when you're in control of someone's style and they put that trust in your technique that you've maybe advertised that you've done, or that you tell her if she's saying, what are you doing, and you're, you know, cutting the way that you do, it grows out perfectly, and it evolves when, I guess, you know you've done an amazing job when they come in and you see that it looks good, and you're like, well, I don't need to maybe do that much. I might need to freshen up the ends, maybe do this, and then the next time you see her, it grows into something else. It's always evolving. And
well, that's another part of the human element that we didn't talk about. You know, for me, haircutting is communication and physics, but it's very much like the art of bonsai, where you take away little bits of something that continually grows. See, unlike sculpting, see, a lot of times hairdressers will say things like, haircutters will say things, it's like sculpting, it's like architecture. And that's only one small element of it, or one major element of it. But really it isn't, because stone doesn't, you could call stone a living thing, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's a rock, and canvas is canvas. We work on a real person with a real life and a real lifestyle, and that hair grows. As you're cutting it, it grows. So it's much more like bonsai, where as you're cutting it into this shape, it's evolving right before your eyes, and it grows into something else.
You know, all in all, it was just an amazing opportunity to get inside of a real artist's head.
Cool. Till New York.
Till New York, my man. Thanks. I appreciate it as well. See you in New York. Yeah.
DavidK invited us to go to New York. Never been to New York. He's teaching a class at the L'Oreal Institute. Super excited about it. And fate happened to bring us up to New York for two reasons. One for Inner Coiffure and one for DavidK. And it both happened to be the same weekend, action-packed.
Stay tuned.